Hmm. Hey. Hey, live and let live. What's up? Let me turn my camera on. Hold on 1 second. Hey, June. Hey, Norma. Hello. Hey, Valerie. Big up on a nice great self. Big up on yourself. I come for chat to people in business. Welcome for chat to people in business. Nikki, walk on. Connie, big up yourself. Annaboo, what's up, sis? Leanne, Tracy, hello, hello. Natalie, happy Monday. Yes, happy Monday. Happy Monday to everybody. I hope you are having a wonderful start of the week. Yeah, we come for chat to people in business. KP. Big up yourself, Antoinette, Narva, what's up indeed? Like up the live as you come on, people. What are something in a planka shop, my love? So the lights are too bright, but take it out of the way. What are something in a planka shop? Let me move this. It's too bright. What are something? Shelly, big up yourself, big up yourself. Then, hey, people. Voila, I'm gonna check this before I make a comment because I just noticed something. Hold on. Let me go in my studio. Cause, community, hold on. I gotta check something on the next phone. If we can't check it by so I gotta check it. No. I probably have to check it on the laptop. Hold on, next people. I gotta tell you something. Hold on. Let me check something, my loves. Hey, let me check something, my loves, because this I get serious. Hold on. Let me go channel content. Let me go into my settings here. Let me see. I'm not coming. I want to find black people. I guess so. Hold on. Hold up, because all right, wait. Standard moderators. Okay. Delete that. All right. Take she. All right. So I'm just look for my hidden users list. Okay. Just give me 1 second. I just need to check this before I make this statement. Can you see if I check this? And Mrs. say, then me go in. Hold on. Wait. Show them. Okay. Okay. It is what I thought. It is definitely what I thought. Then people, you don't know what say. People, you don't know what say. The woman were over there. I show her obsessive streaks. You know, say she black me. People, you know, say she black me. She black me. She black. Okay. You block me. Hey! No, sir. You block me? Then, mama, I want me to do you. Me and you never have no fallout yet. Me and you never have no pengelen yet. Me and you never have no issue yet. We no exchange 2 words. You block me. It's okay. But it make me know say obsession for true. What a murderation on the land. A obsession for true. Eh? A obsession for true. Because let me tell you something now. Me now got send money to nobody. And then when me have the chance to meet them in a real life, me not approach. I mean, I make them know say, and me I show you all of this love and adoration. You understand? Because think about it. You put up yourself in a phone and you make it clear, say, yeah, do them. Yeah, send up super chat, yeah, do whatever. I would not have any problem at all, showing you that I am the person that names so and so. Please don't put me up in a phone. You understand? Please don't put me up in a phone. So let me take off this because you see them damn trolling, them love enough up them blouse and skirts self. Me just see one come up and talk about Quran and all kind of fat. Like say me tell them I want really just channel this. Let me just customize and get rid of these. Get rid of these damn people. But you know, internet they go decide for freeze. Almost some kind of Muslim juju. Hold on there. You understand? But as me, you know, nothing. And you come on a black. And you know, say, the only way she can do that, people, is if I'm talking on Planka Shop, because she not come over here so can talk, you know. She don't have to see me a chat on Planka Shop. And then she click on my name. Me not want it look like, say, when me did my name Africa. Sometimes me did it, and no say me did it. Yes. And only if the topic interesting or something like that, you will see me push out. Other than that, me keep myself quiet and me allow the people them to go on with themselves and enjoy their life. Because you do have some people, you know, who carry feelings because your name call, you know. Me don't know what kind of foolishness that. Me don't know what kind of foolishness that. It freezing? Is the live freezing, guys? Hold on. Them say the live are freeze. Wait there. They say the live is freezing. If the live is freezing, no, the internet fine. Is the live freezing, guys? Oh, earlier it was freezing. Okay. Yes. In black, me loves. I'm never afraid to write it. Well, so be it. It doesn't matter to me. But you know, it is strange to be giving money to people, and then when you see them in a real life, you hide. It's strange. It weird as F. Yeah? Because me not see why you would hide if you love somebody, if you care about somebody as you claim. You see them internet love them, me not want them. It's obsession. I don't want them. Those are the kind of obsessive people. You push them to the edge, or you block them one time and you give them the little knowings what them I look for, and they switch and then turn enemy. And that is a fact. Them switch and then turn enemy. Because there is no reason under the sun why it is that with all that adoration, you would want to remain each up in a one corner, a hide, and a like under Sykes. How that makes sense? How that makes sense? That's not transparent. A person who is open with their affection to you do not hide. When them come to see you and them in your space, they make you say, I'm my name Ray. You understand? It's weird. Exactly. Unless you got some kind of job where you cannot, be known to be giving stuff away, but you're just a nurse. So what is that? That's weird. Okay? That's weird. And I don't know about the lady, but me is a person when me see red flag, me run. Me turn the other way. Yes. And that's why I'm not into the charity business now, because when I don't trust, I don't trust. When I don't trust, I do not trust. That is me. Right? You cannot roll with somebody from way back at the beginning at time. From when Wappy kill Philip and the sun just know the moon. And then you in a damn space. And you in a the opportunity to make yourself known. And you hide. You can simply say to the person, don't put me on the camera. I don't want to be put on the camera. But it is like you don't want even the people in the room to know say you is the person. Suspect. That's suspect. Huh? Live and let live. And it's been going on for a long time. Big up yourself, Friday Bad TV. There are a few of them that are like this. And then when them get the opportunity to turn pan you, hey, a problem in your kin. Because, oh, me know say obsession. And the fact that she black me for you. Hey, no, sir. That is hilarious. Come see people at type and I say, oh, so and so, and then I talk to her, and I realize I mean I see her comments. I say, no, wait, I mean black her because sometimes I GG, you know, and sometimes I just black. So I go and I check, and I know me black her. I say, oh, feelings I carry. I mean I do this woman nothing. I mean I had nothing to do with this woman. What a stress on the land. Now, mama, what you think your blackins are going to do? Anyway, let's move on. What is the big deal about Mrs. Ellis? My phone battery are dead. What is the big deal about Mrs. Ellis? Mrs. Ellis is on everybody's tongue. Everybody's tongue. Everybody, if they're not bash Mrs. Ellis, them a bash Karen. Them a bash this, them a bash that, them a talk about exploitation. See the one Ladana, she come out again. Anytime Ladana come out for this side of the diaspora, and I realize it's very rarely anything positive. Anytime Ladana, she push out her nose. Just know say it is very rarely anything positive. When she talk about other parts of the world, are more positive than negative. When it's suicide, is always something bad. Always something bad. So Ladana come out and Ladana go out with herself. I ask Mrs. Ellis why it is that she's exploiting these people. But let me ask you something. Is there anybody on this social media that doesn't exploit, including you, Ladana? Is there anybody that doesn't exploit? We exploit situations. We exploit even when it comes to missing people, death, crime, anything that is social media sensationalism, we not exploit it. What we may not do is exploit it to an unfair advantage, meaning that we don't ride it forever. But everything that we discuss that is monetized is capitalized on. Everything. Including you talking about Mrs. Ellis and those two. You are also capitalizing. Because she's not the only person that uses characters who are vulnerable for money. Oh, you not come out and talk about Jerry. Oh, you not come out and talk about Jerry and that young girl. Jerry will come out and ball out about Big Good. Why you not talk about that? You're not gonna because they're not trending. There are a few. How you not talk about Uno? Who them call crazy? Oh, Selene. Oh, you not talk about Selene. But you have a skirt around Selene. And Auntie Donna too. But you're going straight for Miss Ellis and them two there. You're not standing up for no exploitation. The thing that I notice with you, Ladonna, is that you tend to come out for people in our diaspora that is being successful doing a style of content that you wouldn't do. Because you did it to me. So I know say that's about. There's a little thing about you that is just, I wouldn't call it necessarily bad mind, but there is just something about you. That you cannot just do things in a way that will pass on a message without an attack. Because at the end of the day, Mrs. Ellis is the one who took those two up from nothing. That's all brilliant. And I'm sure you know that. That's all brilliant. But we are seeing a change in the content. The content is getting more graphic. It's getting more personal. A lot more boundaries are being crossed. We see that. But is it exploiting or is it not knowing when to pull back? Because if you're going to call it exploiting, then it's been exploiting from day one. But it's been exploiting with mutual benefits. What we are seeing is where there is a great disadvantage for the vulnerable coming out more and more. And I don't see why it is that you have to look at it as exploiting when you do that every day on your platform. The whole how we do it. You understand? All of us do it. Unless you come on and you turn off your monetization and you just attack, forget the word out. And even then, there's a form of exploitation because you're growing in popularity and you're riding a trending topic. The advice that I would give to Miss Ellis. All right, Miss Ellis have a video from 2025 where she was telling off Sean because Sean was not working at the time. And she tells Sean, says Sean, get up and cook and help Karen. And that he must not just be there lazing about when he's not working. Karen cannot just be doing everything in the house. It is time for him to get up and help Karen in the house. Now, there is a marked difference when she's dealing with Karen for one reason. Karen is very disrespectful to Mrs. Ellis. Me see it more than one time. He rank with her from morning till night. Whereas Sean always try and show the utmost respect to the lady. Karen rude to her. Karen cuss her. Karen tell her anything what she feel like tell her. She faced it with her. All one time, Miss Ellis see them a walk in the street. And I look back, because I say, let me go check. Because, before I talk on a subject, I'm going to research it. And I haven't been watching them. I caught up today. And I went and I looked at some videos in the past when Miss Ellis was very safi with them. And the way Karen used to angle Miss Ellis on the live, on the camera. One time she did in her car and she see them a walk. When them said they had a heat rash on them body. And all she do is call them over and the attitude what she get from Karen instantly. Like, we can't walk, you have a problem. It was so unnecessary and uncalled for. You understand? Now, if it is that Karen is tired of being on camera and she does not wish to be on camera, you know what Karen need to do? Karen need to go live her own life, work her own money, look after herself, and accept nothing from Mrs. Ellis. That's what Karen need to go and do. You cannot be in a situation of vulnerability. People are helping you out and you are being disrespectful. Now, people are saying that Mrs. Ellis is more disrespectful towards Karen. That live that she did where she was telling off Karen for not cooking, it was harsh. And that's why people are going, whoa, this is too much. It was harsh. It was. But just like how me can observe a brother and a sister a fight and a cuss one another, the way I look at Miss Ellis and these two, them coming like a them are our family and our blood. And family will take the most liberty with their one another and cuss their one another and agree back tomorrow. As we have seen with them. You understand? I would have never looked upon Karen and tell her there's something there. Because me not in that the closeness or in that the relationship there. Me not know her like that. But she know them from Adams. And them have that relationship. Now the question and the debate can be about whether or not Mrs. Ellis could have take it easy and not say those things necessarily. I'm not saying she shouldn't be angry that Karen now cook her help out her husband go work her way, and she being, like she don't care. That's different. And we all know that gender roles are appropriated in our culture. It is not necessarily how it is in the first world, where women are free not to be domesticated and will not be criticized for it. In Jamaica, you don't know if you cook. We literally have genres of songs in the dance hall criticizing women for not cooking. Girl, you better can cook. Think you there for your pretty looks. Then cuss you if you don't know if you cook, if your house not clean, if you know how to look after yourself, and if you can't cook for your man, if you can't hold your man, he all there sitting there, then cuss you for. Our society has not necessarily evolved from all of that in every realm of society. Certainly uptown, it's normal. If girls don't want to cook, they don't cook. You understand? But the lower down the socioeconomical ladder you go, there are appropriated roles for genders. Don't act as though you don't know this. So when I hear you people giving all these first world perspectives of, oh, she doesn't want to cook, she cannot cook in the rain, she don't have to do nothing, and she don't have to wash no plates, and she don't have to this, and she don't have to that. That is not the culture. That is just not it, unfortunately. And I did hear Mrs. Ellis say on a Sunday you can cook. On a Saturday she don't feel like cook. If you don't warm up, you can't order or you know, go take away whatever. On a Sunday, Sean, you cook. Because she a cook Monday to Friday. She's a stay-at-home woman. He's at work. I think that is fair in any relationship. In the previous video, the 2025 day, Mrs. Ellis accustomed say him fi cook. Him fi cook. Because him dey home. And in our work. Him fi share the chores with the girl. But she not as harsh with Sean because Sean is not disrespectful. Whereas Karen is very rude to Mrs. Ellis. She's rude. She's rude beyond belief. She is so rude. Now, it could just be that she's not emotionally regulating and all of that. Fine. Which is why I said some of the things that Mrs. Ellis said was harsh. Yes. And she couldn't take it lightly. She never have to go so hard. Come here, I tell her say she go put her out and she go those things are what you call holding somebody hostage to their situation. And that's why she's getting the backlash and the criticism. Because of the things that she said. But I don't think Mrs. Ellis meant it. Me genuine enough feel that she mean it. But it's how it come across, it gone out on the internet, and it looks like humiliation. And it's clear that Karen felt hurt. Mrs. Ellis shouldn't have said that. Me agree with that. It was too much for tell her that she gonna bring woman in there for call rub down her man. Them things they can cause extreme jealousy. And if Karen is already not emotionally regulated, she can react badly to Sean. Like how she done that tell Sean to go suck him mother and all and sitting there waiting for she want tell him bad what she tell him bad what it might get physical. So that in that respect, yes, Mrs. Ellis did too much. Me understand say you're annoyed with her. And he just a down there and he don't want to do nothing. And she behaving like a little princess and she don't want to put in the work and to balance off the thing. Fine. But the things that were said were harsh. But I'm not going to look at you and tell you that you're exploiting them. I'm not helping Karen and Sean. Me not put them in a no house per my land. Me not feed them. You understand? Me never take them out on no bus stop or underneath no bridge. And me never build no property for them for call live in. So I do not have a right where you have accomplished all of that to turn around and say you are exploiting. Yes, me hear about Satan, you know. I saw the video when Satan had died, but I never go that far back. You understand? Their condition, I am reading the comments. I am seeing what people are saying. The people who have been there from way back when. And they're like, listen, you do not know where these people are coming from. Their condition was terrible. And now look what where they are now. Me just hear Miss Ellis on our live, our recent video talk about how she gonna start out paperwork with she gonna start out paperwork for Karen so that Karen can get visa and make them travel. Sometimes being harsh with Karen is the only thing that gets her to home and treat Sean better. It may not be right, but it works. Right, Zenergy? There you go. But the only thing is this, Zenergy. This is where Mrs. Ellis is getting a lot of backlash. It's because it's being done on camera. So you see, if, for example, she see her a behave away, and then she lock off the camera, and she tell her to something, and say, girl, fix up yourself. You understand? And then she put on back the camera. So after she understand herself and then calm down, then nobody would be any the wiser. There is a whole debate about what is being put out there and the boundaries and so on. But I am not going to stand by the word exploiting. I'm not going to stand by it. I'm going to say that certain boundaries need to be reinforced. And if you tell her off certain way, not tell her say you're going to bring woman come in there if you can't take away your man and you carry man. Because you know you're joking, you know. You know you don't mean it. And maybe Sean to an extent, I don't know, maybe I'm hopeful. But she has literally taken it in. And you do not want to cause a damage, you know, to her emotions and to her mental state where she's already cognitively not very developed. So in that respect, that is the only argument. That's why when I shared the post on my Facebook, I said, this one is true. Because she might have hurt him. She might have hurt him. Connie, I saw that. She's planning another one. Connie, I don't know if you heard it. She's planning to send her on another trip. She's planning another one. You understand? So it's not like, say, me I said to her, say, she can't tell her off or whatever if she's doing something that's inappropriate, she's being disrespectful or whatever. But I'm saying take certain things off the life because you are going to face persistent backlash and persistent criticism of people saying, trying to, because, you know, say anybody where I run any kind of charity or anything like that, you know, they love jump on them and say them a thief, them a scam, and them a exploiter. This is always going to be on a burden for carry. That's why I say when I touch, there's something there, you know. It's always going to be a burden to carry. But to tell her something like that on camera is the issue. Because even when I look pan, hold on, can I have up the video, you know? And like I said, I'm never gonna feature them like that on my live. But I'm looking at the transcript. Right? And you tell her, say, I'm gonna get a nice lady. You said, I'm gonna make a phone call. This is you, you know, Mrs. Ellis. I'm gonna make a phone call, yeah. I'm gonna get a nice lady. You see, this lady, she can cook. And Sean, every morning she rub you down. You understand? And do the man and woman business. Every 20 minutes you get it. You understand? Every 20 minutes, this one will give you your dinner when you come home. And Ray, she gonna meet you out a road with your food. I'm just telling you the things. This is there in black and white, you know. I'm just telling you all the things them what you say, right? And she gonna meet him out a road with the food, the way she gonna be efficient. You understand? And then now you limited her pocket money. Them something that is what you call is punishments. You're punishing her for not fitting into gender roles, which you know as a teacher, they are stereotypic. You're punishing her, whereas it's her husband's duty to reinforce any backlash, spite, whatever, a fame job that, but you have stepped into that role and you're doing it on the husband's behalf. So while Una close and all of that, I think there are certain things you need to empower them to be able to discuss and work out amongst themselves. But I am never going to look at you and say you're exploiting them. You have given them materially and physically everything that they need and can manage and cope with, given their level of development. You understand? People are going to look and say, oh, them not have this and them not live in a mansion and them not living at this. Them can't manage their sitting there. You gonna put them in that way you think are gonna happen. They're not in a position, them can't manage their sitting there. Like, are you serious? What is being put out there is what draws crowd. Crowd generate revenue. Revenue support them financially. It's all a strategy. No drama, no money to take care of them, no help from the government. But listen, you see when it comes to them and their little cast and their little love story and so, me not like it when them start talk about the STDs. I think that is something that there's a boundary there that shouldn't be discussed. But next man array, okay, fine. Because hello, people who have got disabilities, they fall in love too. They have to navigate relationships too. They have to handle their emotions too. So if they don't have a problem bringing that to the public, entertainment, and them know say entertainment. You understand? So at the end of the day, That's that kind of drama. It always a go bring certain things. But the conversation that I think people have gotten irked about more than anything else, why you have all these people coming out of the woodworks who not even giving a penny, including myself, is that one where you stated that you will get police and throw her out. You will bring woman in there for corrupt Don Shan and give him food. Who is a better woman than she? You're putting her down essentially. And I know that you are disciplining her in your way, but it looked bad. It looked bad. That part there. Because when you leave her with them, the feelings there. I know you were trying to build her up at the end, but I could have tell in a Karen face. Karen looked like she carry feelings. Karen look like she carry feelings. All when you think she not carry feelings, Karen look like she have it up in her heart. That's why she always a gay attitude. She have it up in her heart. She feel like say her husband give her more ratings than she. And you can hear from how him talk to her in front of you that she is not put in that position. He might tell she you must respect her. He's also telling of his wife to you. Me wouldn't like that. No matter how feisty me is or whatever, me wouldn't like my husband to look on me and I tell me off in front of an next woman and I tell me, say me if bow down essentially to an next woman. It would have made me turn up my attitude 10 times 10. So I'm just saying, look at it from a human point of view. It have nothing to do with whether or not the woman is exploiting. No, I would say that there has been moments of insensitivity. Moments of insensitivity is different from exploiting, right? It's not respecting each other's boundaries. And the same thing for Karen. Miss Karen angle Mrs. Ellis away. Right? Sometimes I guess they also have frustrations about being live. And they don't want to be on camera. But they know that that is what brings in the money and that is what feed them. So they feel like they have to oblige. And nobody should feel as though they're enslaved to a situation all the time. There has to be times and moments when they don't want to be on there. When them a go through them little passa and bangarang. You understand? I don't see anything wrong with her using their personalities to gravitate revenue, to build revenue when it is benefiting them and keeping them off the streets and keeping them fed and keeping them safe. Me personally, I tell you already, said me would I never do it. So if Mrs. Ellis I do it, Mrs. Ellis more than me. But there are times when boundaries are crossed. I love when Karen is given a dose of her own medicine. I've been following them from the bridge days. Karen's energy has to be matched for Sean's physical safety. So you see, them know the dynamics. Uno did it for a long time, right? Or Uno know the dynamics. But I am going to just tell you from an objective perspective, people looking on. So say, for example, somebody just switch on the camera today. And switch on the the social media today, and them just learn about Sean and Karen. When they observe that communication, they're gonna judge. So as long as Mrs. Ellis is prepared for that backlash, she can carry on. You know, because she don't say already, say she do business. She been doing it. If you not have a problem on a scroll, right? But this is where the backlash is coming from. But it is not fair to go as far as to say exploiting, because everybody is benefiting. Even if Mrs. Ellis is benefiting, hold on, stick up in. That house that they are in is not theirs. Isn't that house is either Mrs. Ellis land or somebody else land? They don't own that house. Because there's a video on our page when them a paint the house. Remember when them that paint the house yellow? And Karen look on Sean and say, when you kick the buckets, not theirs. That's what I thought. When you kick the buckets, then it's good to know, Sere. And Mrs. Ellis said, what you mean by kick the bucket? You know, say kick the bucket mean dead? And Karen said, yeah. And me no say that it mean. And then Sean said, let me explain what she mean. She means say, when we done, when we ready to go meet the Lord, she happy for know say her name I go upon will for the house. And Mrs. Ellis say, but your name can't go upon will for property where I know yours. So just so you understand, this house is not yours. And they were painting it. They pay rent, not sure though. Yeah, enough for them place. So while they live there and them do whatever, in many ways, these people are disempowered. Right? But maybe it's deliberate. It's Miss Ellis' own. Yes, they do pay rent, 5,000 per month. You understand? So whatever arrangement that they have is based on their circumstances and also based on their ability to live independently and on their own. When they were living independently and on their own, they were homeless, they were on the streets. These are not people who can manage necessarily having a proper house and doing everything and paying their bills themselves and all of that. They need a lot of help, a lot of support, and a lot of you are not willing to do it. You're only willing to just point out all the negative things. All the negative things them. Una point out. Una point out one positive. When Mrs. Ellis took them on trip, I would then go to Panama. And then go Panama. Me did that they laugh. And I said, look on them. Look how Karen make up her face on him and them steak like a long time he might eat steak. But it was still a wonderful thing to see. These people who would never have had the opportunity to travel, being taken, to a different part of the world, to experience little culture, to enjoy little luxury. None of you come out and big up the woman for that. No. And they say, well, you find the fault. Well, I for their money, pay for the trip. I for their money, pay for Miss Ellis reach. I for their money, do it. I for their money. So therefore, they're entitled to do it. So there is no effort put into getting them their paperwork and to booking their ticket and to making sure they have their paperwork and their passport and everything in order for them to be able to travel. There's no effort necessary there because Sean and Karen can go in and fill out form, right? We always see the bad things about people, especially that they want the she. Always see the bad things. We never want to see the good things. We will come out for the bad things every single time. Every single time. Yes, me not like that the conversation. I not like the things that Mrs. Ellis said. I think they were too harsh. But I am not going to say Mrs. Ellis is exploiting them. Not without a lot more evidence of it, because there isn't enough. As far as I'm concerned, they have been living better than they were before Mrs. Ellis came into them life. I encourage Mrs. Ellis to go and sort out their mental health and their medical checks and somebody in the comments said that she had already done that. So I got nothing else to say if it's already been done. I have a sister and a niece like Karen, and trust me, it's not easy, but honestly, we all fall in and do our best. Mercy Jesus give us strength. It can be very draining. Yeah, man, I can imagine somebody like that stubborn, them stubborn, right? This is not the first house that Miss Ellis have allowed them to live in for little or nothing. They have been benefiting financially even before they were as popular as they are presently. So if the popularity is now paying off and everybody can live well and comfortably from it, that's their arrangement and that's their business. That's their arrangement, that's their business. If it is that they become unhappy about it and they don't like it and they don't want to be treated the way they're treated, then them can pick up themselves and then can move out and then can leave and then can say, listen, we're not happy, oh yeah, deal with we and we're ready for leave. But they know that their life is 10 times better. No, not because they're between a rock and a hard place means that Mrs. Ellis should be able to treat them anyhow. But what I saw was her tell off Karen, but by the end, when Karen had do the things them, she had bigger up, she had nicer up, she had tell us say she her best friend, she had do whatever. She still had try work with her. Certain things that she tell Karen are harsh. But Karen is rude. Missy Karen in her element, I tell the woman something. She rude. You understand? So while Mrs. Ellis might take it easy pa Sean. Me think say sometimes genuinely frustrated with Karen. And the attitude what she give her. Karen would go right back to truck stop. Yeah, she would. But really, I think people are very, very quick to point out the problems and to get to the point where they want to tear it down and they want to end things. But they have not said plan B. Let us step forward and do X, Y, and Z for Karen and Sean. Nobody has done that. Every single one that is like exploitation, she use them for money, she do this. Not one of them have stepped forward and say, let us come together and let us actually put things in place for Karen and Sean and take Karen and Sean out of Miss Ellis's hands so that Miss Ellis no longer has to deal with them, and we give them their freedom and we give them a job and we give them this and we give them that. Nobody. And that's why I say, because I am not in a position to do that. Me now come out here come ball and scream about oh she use them for money and re because I see that the money is also benefiting them. You understand? If you don't agree with me, you tell me, But at the end of the day, some of the things that she says, they are harsh. And that I agree with. Never let Karen push you to that limit where you are telling her that you're bringing in woman into the house and that you're going to make the woman corrupt down Sean and the woman a go cook and you're going to take her and put her out with police and all of that because it make it look as though because they are in a circumstance where they have to depend on you, therefore they are at risk of being thrown out if they do not agree or they don't behave how you expect them to behave. They have to have their freedom of expression and even the freedom to rebel. At the end of the day, it should never mean that there is this thing held over Karen's head that she can be ending up on the street again. That part of it was harsh. It was too much. And I think that everybody has a right to say that because you are leaving her with pain and upset. And then when you step off, you talk about, put up camera, we see through wall, me want one. Right? When you step away, and you can't see what going on behind closed doors and Karen decided to throw blows upon Sean because Sean was there agreeing with you and forcing her to respect you when you tell her them something there. When a typical Jamaican woman, if you tell her them something there, the things them what she would have dig up from under her toe point and tell you, it wouldn't nice. It wouldn't nice. It would be very bad. A normal woman with regular cognitive skills, you tell her them something that they hot what they were you tell Karen the night they would have dip up and go on with themselves. And it might have come to blows. And that is a woman with fully functioning cognitive reasoning abilities. So somebody who is emotionally not very developed, you don't know if as you turn your back, Karen takes it and tab Sean. And Sean, they agree with you. I say, yes, send the woman then come, man. Send them come, man. Because you know, anyhow he sleeping slide. Yeah. Those things are hurtful. They are hurtful. They're painful to her. And yes, you need to be harsh with whatever because I want a relationship. But that too much. It too much. It too much. And I know she's disrespectful to you. I don't business what nobody say. Me see it. Karen very rude to you many times. I took my time today. I me go through video after video. I me back up. I me go way back. I me say, my God. There were times when she was so rude. So me can understand say you're harsher with her and you know deal with her the same kind of way. But you can't tell a woman that. And then you know when you say things like you go throw her out and all of them something there and a Sean the people them love and a she. That's not nice. That's not nice. No. And yes, she tell you things when not nice too. But remember, you're the one who is emotionally and mentally well regulated and balanced. And they're the ones who are not. In that respect, you have to know your patience needs to be in abundance, as it has been. But even when they lose it, your patience has to be in abundance, even when you're being strict and stern. Certain things shouldn't be said to the woman. You understand? Because you're going to get backlash, you're going to get people coming at you, you're going to get people wanting to tear you down, disrespect you, say that you use them, say you exploit them, all of this in them when them not give nothing. And that is what I will say on the matter. That's why Karen asked if she now go home, go cook her husband food. Yeah, because what the hell? What me and my husband food have to do with you? Exactly. And she perfectly in her right for say that. She in her right for rank back with you because the thing them way that said to her was hot wood. You understand? She'll tell you, so what about yours? And then, yeah, make her know, say, don't worry about yours. Yours don't sort out, array. You understand? So, you know, I think with Karen, she's fighting for more of her independence and her husband's ability to work through things without your involvement. And she's within her right to do that, right? I would not want any female dipping into my marital affairs at times, at all, personally, at all, right? And those feelings are natural feelings. It's supposed to be two become one, not three. If Satan were alive, Karen wouldn't study about Sean. Oh, yes. Huh? She did prefer Satan. Remember me say all one which she a walk a practice to married white man. What happened to the white man? The white man did real? Cause as Sean me see a video I get married to white man. I was like, what? All of these things happening. And no wonder they're popular because people love a drama, I know. People love the drama more than anything else. People love the drama. You understand? People love the drama. Mrs. Ellis, no, only such nastiness generate funds, and it's sad that such is the case. I know this is the nasty part of social media, right? This is the dangerous part of social media. Negative sells, and it sells all the time. Now, not to say that you can't do positive content and it generates traction, because some positive content always generates traction. Like people when they cook food and they decorate house, or they do their little lifestyle vlogging and they show you decorating and pretty things, you know, makeup tutorials, people love to watch those things. It's almost like a kind of ASMR. They like the sounds, they like the soothing nature of it. But when you are dealing with characters, their personalities have to sell. And if they're just nicey and boring all the time, nobody's going to watch it. Nobody's going to watch it. So them being who they are, and naturally so, will cause people to watch. If you only know, I had to stop watching. And like I said, don't get me wrong, I have not watched everything. I just went back and I checked through some, some particular parts of history. I wanted to find out about the house and where they were living. I wanted to see if Mrs. Ellis has ever called out Sean for not supporting her. I saw that. There were specific things I looked for. So if you guys see a definite thing where you see exploitation happening, meaning that she is taking their money and using it for her own benefit, uno send that gimme. That's a different argument. You understand? But I have seen a woman who has, even though she's earning from them, she has benefited them and kept them off the streets and looked after and given them lifetime experiences they would never normally have had. You understand? So anything else that uno send it, come give me. And say, okay, here is an example of exploitation. But I don't see it. I don't see exploiting. I see capitalizing. But I see capitalizing for mutual benefits. Mutual benefits. I see capitalizing, definitely. Right? But exploiting is very harsh. Exploiting is extremely harsh. I would not go as far as that. I would say there are insensitive moments, and Mrs. Ellis needs to be more sensitive to the reaction of the public and how people will perceive them, especially Karen, because Karen seems to get a lot of criticism because of her attitude, and she feisty. She would get a lot of criticism. You understand? And then she did their truck stop, and then she have her urges and all them something there, You cannot tell her, say, you're going to bring in woman, pan the man in our house. You cannot do this. That is too much. And you are very lucky that mackerel or rice never end up on Sean's head. What him did I agree with you? Huh? When him dead, I agree with you. You're lucky, say that mackerel and rice, they never end up on the head. When him a tell her, say, listen, you can't talk to the woman like that because if I'm me, I straight for the head it reach. It would have been a domestic. Our worries in the dance. Our worries in the dance. Right? Okay. Anyway, people, big up on the nice pizza, but just come for chit chat with a little bit. Yes. And give it a little 2 cents. Make yourself comfortable for the rest of the night. And we will see what else is going on social media for you to come back and talk about later. Agree. There has to be boundaries and everything. Absolutely. And there's nothing wrong with that. All right. Blessings in abundance. This is your girl, Head Teacher K, and I'm out. Bye.